Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're plunging into the often pretty unpredictable world of first-time CEOs, those rookie CEOs stepping into the big chair, sometimes with, well, unexpected results.
Yeah, and we're drawing insights from Bill Miller's book, The Rookie CEO. You Can't Make This Stuff Up,
Yeah.
which is just a fantastic collection of true stories, really. Observations from his 2 decades working directly with 9 different first-time CEOs. Think of it like a candid look behind the curtain at leadership actually happening.
Right. And our mission here is to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge. What really shapes a leader from their background, their daily decisions, and how that ripples through a whole company. We'll be using Miller's PPLC framework, that's path, philosophy, leadership style, and culture to sort of guide us.
And it's not just for folks aiming for the CEO spot. I mean, if you're working for a new leader or leading a team yourself, or maybe you're just curious about how companies actually succeed or sometimes fail, you're definitely in for some surprises, maybe some aha moments. So what does it all mean for you? Let's dive in.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning, the path to CEO. How do these rookies even get there? Miller really emphasizes how their journey, their path, kind of forms the bedrock for everything else.
It's absolutely foundational, yeah.
Yeah.
Their individual background, it really dictates their experience level, their vision, and, how they prefer to build teams or manage resources.
Hmm.
Miller saw some pretty clear patterns based on their functional expertise.
Okay. Were there specific backgrounds that popped up a lot? Like, did many come from engineering, for instance?
Oh, definitely. That
Yeah.
was striking. A lot of them. The cyclone, the builder, the technoid, the general, the flyboy. The innovatives, yep, started as engineers. Their main drive is often solving technical problems,
Hmm.
which means they can get really deep in the weeds.
Like, how deep?
Right down to selecting specific screws or bracket materials. Seriously.
Wow. Okay. So the advice there isn't stop being technical, but maybe redirect it.
Precisely. Let the development owners lead, but stay involved. Ask those detailed questions. It satisfies that technical itch,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
still empowers the team.
Makes sense. What about the other end, like sales backgrounds?
Yeah, we saw the deal maker and the pipeline, both from sales.
Yeah.
These folks are often, more extroverted, maybe motivated differently, often by money. They're fantastic for early stage startups,
Hmm.
really good at finding those first crucial beachhead
Like
customers.
getting the ball rolling.
Exactly. Those first clients that prove the concept.
And then operations. Someone like the general seems like a natural fit for CEO.
It often is, yeah. A COO background usually means they've seen a lot across the business.
Hmm.
They tend to bring more formality, rely heavily on dashboards, metrics.
Hmm.
The only caution there is maybe not demanding too much data too quickly. It can sometimes slow things down if you're not careful.
Interesting. And what about product managers, like the innovatist? They're often called mini CEOs already, right?
They are, and they're used to getting things done through influence, often with people who don't even report to them. That skilled influencing without direct authority is incredibly valuable for a CEO, highly transferable.
So beyond just their department, what else did Miller find predicts success? Track record.
Oh, huge. Past performance is a really strong predictor. He uses the example of, like, Tom Brady, just a winner at every single level. Winners, they just know how to create, how to grow, scale, build those high-powered teams.
Okay, but what about pedigree, like the fancy degree? Does a Harvard MBA guarantee you'll be a great rookie CEO?
That's what's fascinating. Miller argues, no, it's not the major factor.
Yeah.
He points to people like Michael Dell, selling PC parts from his trunk. Street smarts.
Right.
Sometimes that elite pedigree can even bring a bit of arrogance. Real success seems to come of intelligence plus wisdom. It doesn't matter so much where you went to school, it's how you apply it.
Yeah, that rings true. And then there are the influences, right? The leaders these rookies look up to. Branson, Steve Jobs. Miller had a great story, didn't he? About the cyclone trying to copy someone famous.
Yes, the cyclone. She really idolized Carly Fiorina. And having been a general manager, she tried to basically replicate Fiorina's large company culture and structure, but in a much smaller company. Some ideas were good, sure, but others were just way too expensive, totally out of context.
So it's not just plug and play.
Not at all. It highlights that challenge of adapting a playbook, not just copying it.
So the big takeaway on path seems to be it's not just your resume. It shapes your biases, your instincts. And success means being self-aware and adaptable, not just sticking to some blueprint you learned, right?
Exactly. It's about knowing yourself and being willing to learn and adjust.
Okay, so from the path, let's shift to something maybe even deeper, their core philosophy.
Hmm.
This gets into values, ethics, how they build trust. Or don't. How does this play out?
Oh, this is critical. It really sets the whole foundation for the company culture, the working vibe. And Miller saw philosophies that definitely build respect and, well, others that can tear it down pretty fast.
Yeah, some of those stories,
Yeah.
like the CEO asking for a find and replace on old documents to claim them as new.
Oof. Yeah, that one immediately screams shady,
Yeah.
raises huge integrity questions right off the bat. What else are they doing?
Exactly. And you contrast that with leaders who actually sit down, have one-on-ones, brainstorm.
Right. They gradually introduce their direction, it builds buy-in, makes people feel part of it. Although Miller does note, sometimes being too collaborative might mean they avoid tough confrontations later, which is its own issue.
Interesting balance. What about communication philosophy? Clarity versus ambiguity?
Big difference there.
Mm.
Some, like the opportunist, really push for clarity. Smart goals, individual scorecards, no room for doubt, very effective. But then you have others who are deliberately secretive or vague.
That just breeds rumors, right?
Totally. Causes discomfort. People start making stuff up because they don't know what's going on, like that story with the BCC email.
Oh, yeah, where the hidden recipient hit reply all.
Bingo. Trust gone. Integrity damaged. It shows how vital that is for a CEO. And related to that is the whole closed-door leadership thing.
Mm-hmm.
CEO hides in the office, door shut. It just contradicts any talk about open communication. All eyes are on your actions, not just your words.
Such a good point. Okay, what about controlling costs? Miller called it a zero-sum resource game.
Yeah, sometimes rookies approach it that way. There's this wild story. A CEO, under board pressure, creates a tiger sales team.
Yeah.
Literally on an airplane, mid-flight.
Wait, what? On a plane?
On a plane.
Ugh.
No collaboration, just grabs people, non-sales folks, and assumes they can sell complex stuff to sophisticated buyers. Yeah. Total failure. Wasted time. Just reinforced a flawed approach. You really can't make this stuff up.
Oh, that's something. And this ties into loyalty too, right? Hiring friends.
Very common. Rookies often bring in people they trust from past jobs. Creates a sort of tree of trust. But it gets tricky if those friends don't perform or if investors force changes.
Mm-hmm. Friendships can get strained.
Definitely. Miller gives examples where loyal friends had to be let go. It highlights that ultimately the CEO answers to the board, not just their friends.
And a really crucial one, money. Signature authority. That's a story about the VP of Finance.
That's chilling, isn't it? Rookie CEO gives top-tier signature authority. VP misappropriates cash. The lesson is crystal clear. The CEO must keep final financial oversight, especially in startups where cash is king. You just can't fully delegate that.
Cannot delegate that. Got it. And lastly, meetings, or lack thereof. Some promise offsites, but
They never happen. Leads to frustration. Contrast that with some Silicon Valley offsites, renting museums, limos.
right, those can be huge motivators.
Can create lifelong memories, yeah. But even social events can backfire. Like the Halloween party at the CEO's huge house that felt like it was all about him, or the rookie holding private chats in a bedroom during an offsite. Yikes. Sparks rumors.
Instantly. So the takeaway is every single thing, how you communicate, spend money, run meetings, it all reflects your philosophy. And it shapes everything.
It's the bedrock, not just some abstract idea. Okay, let's move from philosophy to action. The L in PPLC, leadership style. How does that philosophy actually translate day to day?
This is about making that leap from just managing a function to really leading the whole company. It means embracing human attributes, learning to lead, not just micromanage. You know, visionary leaders like Steve Jobs, they're trendsetters. They don't always need the market data because they're busy creating the market.
Right, they take risks.
Calculated risks, yeah.
Yeah.
They build high-performance teams and they coach them. They don't hover.
But that letting go part, that's hard for rookies, isn't it? Moving from hands-on to trusting others.
Super hard, even though delegation is like the success formula. Building in checkpoints helps manage that anxiety. You trust, but you verify progress. And now, you know, with remote work being so big, leadership style really determines how you handle that. Do you demand everyone back? Or enable remote teams effectively?
Big question these days. Okay, on the flip side, metrics and accountability. Sharing dashboards.
Generally a good thing. Even sanitized ones share broadly. Usually well received. Boost transparency.
But accountability needs to be fair, right?
Absolutely. Hold people accountable, yes, but to achievable, measurable goals that actually line up with where the company's going. Which brings us back to that awful story about the cycles.
The bonuses that got clawed back.
Yeah. Terrible cash flow planning meant bonuses promised to senior leaders had to be taken aback.
Yeah.
Morale destroyed. All because of a lack of accountability and planning at the top. Really damaging mistakes.
That's brutal. Okay, planning style.
Yeah.
Focused or fickle. Miller talks about seat-of-the-pants leaders.
Yeah, or ready, fire, aim. Both are damaging, cause confusion, stress, kill momentum because priorities just keep shifting.
Or the opposite, analysis paralysis.
Right, constantly analyzing, changing plans, sometimes, like multiple times a day. Both extremes are bad. There's this story about a rookie pushing a totally unrealistic deadline on engineering.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a prototype needed in a live customer environment. Way too soon. Engineering, ops, everyone warned him. Caused burnout, people got sick. But the rookie just wouldn't admit it wasn't going to work
Until it failed.
until it inevitably failed.
So the lesson is clear. Consistent focus, clear goals, empower your team. Constant change and micromanagement, just chaos.
Leads straight to chaos. Yep.
All right, finally, the C in PPLC, culture, which, as you said, is all tied up with the CEO's path, philosophy, and leadership style. How does culture actually take shape under a new leader?
Well, it can just sort of emerge organically, or it can be deliberately built, like with the culture code. Think Zappos, HubSpot, Microsoft.
Mhm.
They have these explicit roadmaps, helps attract the right people, reinforces how things get done, how decisions are made. You can build it with surveys, cross-functional teams.
But ultimately, the CEO's behavior is the biggest driver, right? I loved
Yeah.
that story about the Flyboy and PJ day.
Yeah, that was great. Part of their fun culture. And he, the CEO, actually gives a talk to a global training class wearing shorty PJs.
Hmm.
It just screamed open, trusting, fun leadership.
And the Kiss a Pig story.
Another Flyboy classic. A charity contest where the loser, him, the CEO, had to kiss a real pig. Amazing motivator and just a classic you can't make this stuff up moment
That-
that builds incredible culture.
But not all attempts land, right? Like the stuffed animal.
Oh, right. A rookie tried using stuffed animals for recognition. It got mocked by senior execs. No buy-in. Shows that's to feel authentic and actually resonate with the team. Or the Cyclones' Seven Dwarfs team building.
Where they classified each other as dwarfs.
Yeah, and then shared the spreadsheet. Cause conflict and awkwardness, not fun team bonding.
Yikes. Transparency isn't always the answer if the content is problematic. What about things like ropes courses? Do they fix bad cultures?
Well, there was one story, costly outdoor retreat, ropes, walls, falls, designed to build trust in a team that was notorious for blaming each other. The success was debatable. Culture change usually takes more than one weekend away. And even simple things like office hours. Remember the CEO taking flexible time for the gym?
But then reprimanding others for doing the same thing.
Exactly. Instantly shows hypocrisy. It hammers home. All eyes are on the CEO's behavior. That is the culture in many ways.
And maybe the most dramatic example is that cultural 180. The flyboy gets replaced by the general.
Yeah, the founder CEO, Flyboy, is out, replaced by a COO from a huge public company, the general. And the general proceeds to bring in like 26 former colleagues over a couple of years. Completely flipped the culture from Flyboy's open style to this mini version of the general's old, large company. Good people got pushed out to make room. A stark reminder of how profoundly a CEO change can reshape everything.
Wow. So culture isn't just fluff. It's critical for keeping your best people. The takeaway seems to be a CEO's actions, big or small, are the culture. It's not a poster. It's lived reality.
Absolutely. It's forged daily.
Okay, we've heard some truly wild stories, and the book wraps up with a couple of meeting mantras that sound like they could save people a lot of grief.
Yeah, and they apply way beyond just meetings, really. Simple but powerful. The first one, don't answer a question that is not asked.
Oh man, this one. The examples are perfect. Sales head about to close a deal. Team member asks some random unasked question about remote support.
Almost kills the deal. Right there. Just sucks the air out of the room. And the other one, rookie CEO in a first meeting with a potential acquirer.
Blurts out, so have you thought about how merging our companies might look?
Meeting over. Instantly. You really, truly can't make this stuff up. That simple, unasked question ended the whole conversation.
Painful. What's the second mantra?
Never answer a question that is meant for someone else in the same meeting.
Ah, stepping on toes, like the team member answering questions directed at the CEO in a customer meeting.
Exactly. That person apparently never got invited to a pre-sale meeting again.
Yeah.
Very costly mistake.
Yeah, just knowing when to speak and when to let the right person answer seems crucial.
Basic stuff, but so easy to violate in the moment.
So after all this, where did these rookie CEOs end up? The book gives updates, right?
It does. Quick rundown. The deal maker. Founded another successful business. He's CEO. The general. COO at a big biotech. The flyboy. Founder CEO of a second software company. The builder is now a VC and angel investor. The technoid is a technical program manager. And the cyclone, interestingly, is now a social worker. The innovatist is CEO of a startup, the opportunist is a senior exec at the company that bought his, and the pipeline retired from tech.
Wow, quite the range of outcomes. And did the book offer any final advice from a rookie for future leaders?
Yes, some really direct points.
Hmm?
First, respect your executive team. Seems obvious, but... Second, if someone's wrong for the job, eliminate, don't delay. Third, make sure your exec team has what they need to succeed. Fourth, have a clear vision, and if people don't align, well, they need to go. And maybe surprisingly, be ready to change your plan. Flexibility is key.
That's good advice. Any others?
Yeah, be wary of new execs brought in by the board. They might have their own agenda. Keep board meetings on protocol. Don't let execs go off script. And maybe the toughest one, plan for the day the board might replace you. And try to embrace it when it happens.
Wow, okay. So this whole deep dive, it really shows that being a CEO, especially a first-timer, is just this incredibly complex mix of strategy, self-discovery, adaptation. The PPLC framework is such a useful way to kind of unpack it all.
Absolutely. And I think what comes through is, yes, you own the strategy, the direction, but success really hinges on the people stuff, building the right team, fostering that strong culture, and actually learning from the mistakes. Because the mistakes, especially for rookies, can be costly, but they're also incredibly powerful lessons if you let them be.
Mm-hmm. And as they say, it's always easy for those who aren't actually in the hot seat. But hopefully, armed with some of these insights, you, the listener, can navigate your own path a bit better, or at least understand the leaders around you more clearly.
Right. So for you listening now, maybe the provocative thought to leave with is this. Considering everything we've talked about, the path, philosophy, leadership, culture, which aspect of your PPLC do you think will be most critical for you to master? Or maybe, what will be your biggest challenge to overcome in your next leadership role?
Something to think about. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep leading.